What's up, everyone? Super excited about the video today. You can see I've got $20 million right here burning a hole in my pocket ready to spend. I've got an empty auto workshop garage that needs to be filled. I went onto Google, I searched the top 5 fastest cars in GTA Online, found the first list that popped up, and we're going to use that to buy those cars. I'm also then after going to use the rest of that $20 million to buy tuner cars to fill the rest of the garage. So let's hop in there and start buying these cars. Alright, we are in the auto workshop. You got a sneak peek of the first car right there. You can see I've only got 2 cars in here. I tend to neglect cars in this game, and I really focused on the airplanes, businesses, anything that has any kind of missiles, different war vehicles. That tends to be my main focus, and I'm not really into racing as much as some other people. But, like I said, I've got this $20 million burning a hole in my pocket, so we want to go ahead and start populating some garages with a whole bunch of nasty cars. So, like I said, I looked up the top 5 best supercars in GTA Online, and the first thing that popped up was the Sportskeeda. Never heard of it before, but it looks to be a GTA update website. They focus specifically on that. A little screenshot here. But the Sportskeeda top 5 fastest cars in GTA Online, and I'm going with this list. So we're going to start with the number 5, Principe Devastate 8. This is 131 miles per hour. I've already purchased it to kind of cut down on a little bit of time here, not having to wait for it. But this was released as part of the Arena War update back in 2019. Let's see, let me get down here. Oh, I already passed it. Arena War, and there it is. Principe Devastate 8, $1.8 million. So it's going to be about the mid-range of our prices of what we're going to pay for cars today. You can see its stats down there. Maxed out on acceleration, which most of these supercars are going to be that anyway. But I'm buying these all in white just to kind of keep some continuity here. This tops out as the second fastest car in the Supers class, only behind the 811. I don't know if that is accurate. That's from GTA Fandom, the GTA Wiki. I think with the new cars that came out in the contract update, which one we're going to buy, which is well, actually, I'm not going to give that away yet. I don't think that is accurate anymore, but there are 2 cars in the sports class that are actually faster than this one, which we will be buying one of those, or actually both of those, as well. So, let's see. We bought this $1.8 million. It is based on the real-life Devel 16. So you can see right there, there is the in-game car. And there's a screenshot showing the actual car, and these are pretty similar. And I see the resemblance there for sure. Alright. So 1.7, 1.8 million to start us out. I love the auto workshop, the fact that we don't have to go anywhere. All you do is just hit right on the D-pad, and you can customize. So we're not going to do a ton here. I'm not going to buy brakes and a whole bunch of other stuff. We're going to mostly go for looks. See what kind of customization we have. I kind of like that primary color there. Take a look and see what kind of customization options these cars have. Strips in the back. All that's minimal. Engine upgrades. Oh, you can't really see the exhaust options. They're tucked up in there. Yeah, I mean, what's the point of that if you can't see any of that? I'm not buying any of that. Alright, deliveries. What do we got? Pink pinstripes. Plus 9,000. Yellow stripes. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Ammunition. I mean, you gotta be sponsored by Ammunition and Pibwassa, right? Pisswassa. Oh man, I don't know if I like that. That's cool. Yeah, we'll do junk. That's cool. Okay, so stock is no spoiler. I wonder, oh yeah, traction. Look at that traction going up. I mean, so we definitely want to add one. It's going to give us downforce there. But what do I want? I don't want anything huge and obnoxious. Oh, that looks good. One has a livery on it. No, I kind of like that. It adds the fin back there too. Yeah, we're going with that. Alright. I don't know if lowering these actually helps with braking or anything like that, but I mean, I feel like you're just more suspect to hitting stuff in the road. So we're not going to do that. We're not doing the transmission. We are putting the turbo on because why not? Take a look at the wheels. We'll just leave them stock. We'll leave the wheels stock for now. Alright, cool. So there's number 5, the Principe Devastate 8, and I guess I'm just going to leave the door open like that. So let's go ahead, take us to number 4 on their list. We're going to be in Legendary Motorsports all day today. We got to scroll a good bit for this one. There we go. Felony and finance, and we are at the Pfister 811, 1.1 million. On the cheap end of the scale here. It's based on the Porsche 918 Hypercar. But let's go ahead and buy this thing. Send it to our auto shop. And we'll check that out in just a second. Alright, we're waiting for the 811 to show up in the garage. We're going to check out the straight line speed on this thing. Sounds really cool. Alright, take that. Let's head back to the auto workshop. Check out the next one. Alright, so we're back. Not overly impressed with that one. It's so low to the ground. I mean, I spun out anytime, anytime the terrain was uneven, I was losing traction. But anyway, here's the 811. The Pfister 811, based off the Porsche 918. You can see here, pretty similar. Yeah, not as striking a resemblance as what we saw with the Devastate 8, but there you go. Porsche 918. Let's check out, see what kind of customization it's got. I did like the fact this one's on the lower end. I think this is going to be the cheapest one that we're buying at 1.1 million. The price of these supercars just get crazy and keep going up and up. Alright, so pretty good. A bunch of customization options there, really distinct versus the last one. Just one there, carbon. What kind of roof option? Oh, that's cool. So you can add the roof. You can do no roof, stock roof, or carbon. Do I want no roof? I kind of like the no roof. I mean, we might as well rock a convertible. There's not many of these that are convertibles. Carbon skirts, street skirts, stock, none, and then a... What? That doesn't make any sense. All it does is change the color, but it says I have none, and then I have a low-level spoiler. But it adds traction, so we are definitely buying that. Yeah, so the other one was so low, you didn't have all the options. All we had was lowered. Like I said, I don't know. If you know, drop a comment below if lowering your suspension actually upgrades your performance. I mean, I know in real life, you know, lower suspension, better cornering, stuff like that, but I don't know if GTA it actually does that. Like I said, we're not gonna buy all the we are gonna put the turbo on these cars, but I'm not buying the upgrades there. Wheels, we all know what the wheels look like. I like these stock ones. They look a lot like my favorite, which actually I'm gonna put on here real quick. I forget exactly what category they're in. Oh yeah, they're in here. Yeah, so these, I think these are it, which actually the stock ones look almost just like these. The Cheetah Carbon R, these are my favorite. Customization, the wheels and the customization. I mean, they look almost identical there. Pretty close. We're gonna put them on there. Not gonna do that for every car, but we'll do that. I'm also not a big fan of the custom tires. I think they look gaudy. So no liveries on this one. I mean, this car is 5 years old, so this was a little bit before they started really getting in the customization there, but no liveries. And windows. Oh, interesting. Before, I didn't even really see that it had the windows up before. Do we want the limo tint on there? Nah, I want people to see me riding around in this thing. Alright, cool. Well, there's the 811. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on that one. We'll keep moving here. The next on our list of top 5 fastest sports cars, according to Sportskeeda. This one came out more recently as part of the Cayo Perico heist. There we go, the Grotti Italia RSX, 2.6 million. So this one's getting a little bit more pricey. I actually really like the way that orange looks. I'm gonna order that. Well, wait a second. What is this one based off of? Based off the Ferrari. It looked like a Ferrari. We're doing red. Can't have a Ferrari without it being red. Bring that to the auto shop storage, and let's check that out in just a sec. Alright, our Grotti Italia RSX has arrived. This one has a top speed of 135.3 miles per hour, according to GTA Fandom. You can see right here, we have striking similarities to the Ferrari SF90 Stradale. And I can see, just looking at the front end, these look extremely similar. Those little louvers on the side, little vents on the side, look very similar in this car. Yeah, this one is definitely based off of this Ferrari SF90. Very sweet car. I'm liking this one. Rear engine. Probably like some V12. I love the stock wheels, the detail there with the paint match on the stock wheels. That's tight. And this one is a sports class car, not a super. Interesting. Really cool. Details the tail lights. I'm liking this one. Alright, what kind of bumper options we got? Primary splitter, carbon. I don't notice a huge difference. I mean, you can see the carbon inlay in there. That's actually there for the whole, for every option, so we're just going to leave it. Wow, lots of options here on the rear. painted fins at the bottom, secondary fins. Got a diffuser, secondary diffuser, carbon diffuser, primary winged diffuser. Winged slotted diffuser kit. Jeez. I don't like it too gaudy. I think that's what we're going with. The primary one there. Alright. Exhaust. What kind of options we got? You can see the exhaust is right there. The duals right in the center underneath the Grotti icon. Chrome, aluminum. Ooh, quad. That brings me back to the Infernus. Chrome quad. Expansive. One big single. Triple bore. Chrome triple bore. Aluminum triple bore. I think we're going to go with the triple bore since that seems to be the most unique. The stock is cool. But the chrome just immediately made me think of the old school Infernus. So I'm gonna go with the triple bore. That's hood options. Wow, lots of hood options. Striped. What's the difference there? It's like they just got rid of the little louvers in the middle. Twin vented. Oh, that's cool. Carbon. I'm not a big fan of the carbon unless it's like a dedicated like tuner street car. Let's go with twin vented. Alright, back to liveries. Being a more recent car, you're going to see liveries. And I don't know. Oh, that's cool. Got the Italian feel. Edgelord. I'm not a huge livery fan. I think the Ferrari is such a classic car. You kind of want to just keep it the way it is. Definitely not camo. But we might throw that tricolor stripe on there. That and the Edgelord caught my eye. That's pretty sick. I'm going to throw the tricolor stripe on there and call it a day. Different mirrors. Probably just different paint, yeah. Rear panel. Okay, the little panel in there. Exposed vents. Circle vented. Oh, that's cool. Slipstream. What do we got? Stock is just nothing. I'm gonna go with the vented. Carbon, ridge line. Oh, I like that ridge line. I don't want carbon because that throws our livery off. Let's go over the ridge line. Oh, they got another another wing up there. And I can't see if it's adding traction because the traction on this one is actually maxed out. But we are going to add one just in case it does. Whoa. I do not like those. I wonder what that's modeled after. Alright, the ducktail I think is what we want to do. Primary body ducktail, yeah. I'm going to leave the suspension. And they have tail fins too? What is going on with this? Oh, just that little fin up top. Basically just changing the color. Oh, it's white because of the livery. Okay. And we gotta add the turbo. It is non-negotiable. This car's sweet. I'm looking forward to driving this one. Really digging the way this one looks. I might take that livery off now that I'm looking at it from kind of far away. But that's cool. Alright, so number 3, the Grotti Italia RSX. Moving on to number 2. This might be the one I'm most excited about. Pull it on. Once again, Legendary Motorsports. And we are looking for this one that came out in the Doomsday Heist. I don't know how I haven't bought this one already. Diamond Casino. Alright, Doomsday Heist. And we are looking at... Some of you can probably guess which one I'm going to buy when we're talking about fastest cars. It's the Ocelot Pariah. And you can see the top speed. This is arguably one of the straightest or fastest straight line speed cars in the game. Top speed's not maxed out, so it's a little misleading. But our customization options are going to change that. So let's go Auto Shop, and let's check this guy out. $1.42 million. Alright, the Pariah has arrived. $1.42 million. You can see that sitting right there. This takes most of its influence from the Aston Martin Vanquish Zagato and seems to have a mix of the Ferrari 812. So there's the Aston Martin. And looking at that, I don't see a ton of resemblance in the rear of the car. But the front, you definitely can see that. Oh, there's a Volante, and that looks similar. Alright, but anyway, Aston Martin Vanquish. Sports class car. One of the fastest straight line speed cars in the game. Definitely the fastest in the sports class. So let's back this thing up in there. Check it out. Customize this thing. Tuner bumpers. Why not? And we are, because of the, you know, the potential of this car, I am going to completely upgrade everything here. If I do sports class races, I want it to be the most competitive as possible. I don't like the big, yeah, these hoods are gaudy. Not a fan. I think I'm just going to leave it as stock. Do I want the scoop or the stock? I think I want the stock. Deliveries, what do we got? White stripes, black stripes. Is this only going to be racing stripes? Yeah, only racing stripes. Do we even want to put something on there? We're just gonna leave it. I might actually change the color here, get that James Bond silver going. No, we're not doing chrome. Purple looks pretty sick. That's it right there. Alright. I feel like this is one I could actually get down with the carbon roof. But I'm gonna leave it for now. Skirts. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we'll go with the name on there. Name brand. So no spoiler. This does, once again, increase the traction, so I am going to go with one. I actually kind of like the no spoiler look, so I want something that's, well, not that. Something that's as minimal as possible. So we'll go with the tuner spoiler. Lower that thing down. Throw the race transmission in it. Throw the turbo in it. See, the top speed, for this having 136 miles per hour, the top speed is not max like some of the other ones, but that's cool. It's alright. Let's check it out. I'm not a big fan of these stock wheels, so let's check it out and see what else is out there. I could CO2s here. 72 grand. Ugh. It's kind of cutting into my profits a little bit, or not my profits, but my tuner customization. But we're gonna go with it. Let's actually, since we did drive the first one, we're going to buy our next car real quick and then go put this car in a straight line test. So, our last one we're buying for the day, recently released with the contract update, is going to be the Overflod Xeno. This one apparently is 140 miles per hour, one of the fastest cars in the game. So we're going to order this, and then go test out the Pariah real quick while we wait. Alright, so let's see about the straight line speed. Ooh, just found another ear right there. You heard how mean that got. Alright, I like it. We'll do some comparisons where we have multiple vehicles down there to see which ones are actually fast. So right now we're just kind of fooling around, but let's head back. And check out this Overflod Xeno. Alright, back in the garage, the Overflod Xenos has arrived. So this, like I said, released as part of the contract update, one of the more recent cars, based off the SSC Tuatara. Have never heard of that car before, but can definitely see the resemblance. Let's get this a little side-by-side. There you go, SSC Tuatara. Apparently 140 miles per hour. There's not a ton of performance. Oh, those doors are boxy. Not a ton of performance information out there on GTA Fandom. So this might be something we gotta test ourselves, see how it handles. Lots of bumper options. Got the little wing tips. I wonder if those help with traction. I highly doubt it. But we should probably put it on there just in case. That looks cool. If we're going with carbon, we're gonna keep that theme going. I might carbon this car out. And since this is one of our most expensive and newest cars, we're gonna go ahead and hit everything on here. To see the exhaust sometimes when the actual exhaust is coming out. And we're also, I just noticed this, we are in an enclosed building and they have no problem with the car running with the exhaust. Dual bore exhaust. Oh, triple bore. See it in there, to be honest with you. Carbon bevel. Like I said, I might carbon this car out, make it black, and then carbon it out. What kind of liveries we got? Okay, so this one's got quite the options. Let's come back to that after we do the rest of the car in our color scheme. So once again, it's got none. So we need to put a carbon. And I just, yo, I'm not a fan of the crate. Whoa, look at those. And we might go all futuristic on this thing. The X-Wing. Let's do it. And this has all the suspension options. We'll leave the wheels. Those are pretty cool. Paint, put this thing to black. Respray. Primary. Matte black. Yeah, it kind of matches the carbon. Let's see how classic versus the metallic. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it as matte. Go a little different here. Alright. So we got the carbon and the black set up. Some of these liveries are probably not going to look great due to them being mostly black themselves. Let's see, Speedline Racer. Oh, that's cool. Minimal, but looks good. Motor Market. Redwood. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Alright, so this is our last car. We purchased the top 5 fastest cars in the latest version of GTA Online via Sportskeeda, and I started with just over 20 million, and we are at 9.49 million. So we still have $9.5 million to go through, purchase whatever I want from Los Santos Customs with the tuner update. But before we do, we will whip this car around, see what its speed looks like, what its handling looks like, and call it a day. I'm gonna have a second video that I'm gonna drop with the tuner cars. Hope to not flip this here. Off the bat, I'm not impressed with the acceleration. We're gonna get down here, we're gonna turn this thing around. Not impressed with the acceleration right off the bat. It could just be a mental thing since I've been driving quite a few of these supercars, but it seems like the acceleration is not crazy. Probably gonna run out of track here before I actually do full speed. Yeah, see, it just found another gear. Well, cool. So I really need to find a faster straightaway. Maybe go to the airport and see, or excuse me, a longer straightaway and see what it can really do. But overall, I think the Italia was my most favorite out of here, the RSX. There we go, guys. Just dropped $11.5 million on buying some sports cars. We're gonna keep dropping money later today when I fill that garage up with the rest of the tuner updates. So appreciate you watching me ball out today. If you like this content, drop a like below. Make sure you sub to stay up to date with everything we're doing here in GTA. You guys have a great one.